Assalamualaikum and hi. My name is Nurhaslin binti Anuar and my metric number is A165612. So I am gonna present about the phrase system topic in the intercultural communication. Phrase system in the intercultural communication. It is based on three different aspects of the situation, which is power, for power difference and no power difference, distance for distance and cost, weight of imposition, how important topic is for speakers, and important and not very important. Values exist on a scale and not absolute. Difference of phase system, which is no power and distance. And next is symmetrical, which is equal. Participants also see themselves as at same social level. And next is both would use mostly independent strategies. For the solidarity of phase system, it is no power enclosed. For example, there is also symmetrical and both participants likely to use more involvement strategies. Next is hierarchical phase system, which is power difference and distant or close. Hierarchical phase system is asymmetrical, which is unequal. Asymmetrical phase strategies is higher use more involvement and lower use more independence. For example, different, which is independent to speaker and speaker. Solidarity is involvement to speaker and speaker. Hierarchical is speaker of involvement to speaker of independence. But it's really not that simple. There is another factor of weight of imposition. To make it even more complicated, we usually use a combination of strategies, and we also negotiate systems or strategies with the people we are talking to. For example is in the situation, conflicting strategy or mix-up system within two businessmen meeting for the first time. For example, Mr. R reading Mr. Wang's business card which says Wang Hon Fai. And then Mr. R approached Mr. Wang. He said, "Hi Hon Fai, I am Bill Richardson. My friends call me Bill." And then Mr. W responded to the Mr. Richardson. "How do you do, Mr. Richardson?" And then Mr. Wang also thinks that the guy is acting too familiar with him. And who does he think he is? Mr. R also thinks this guy doesn't want to be my friend. He's not very nice. And then expect solidarity system and here different system happen between Mr. Richardson and Mr. Wong Hon Fai. Virtually all social acts are potentially face-threatening acts. Acts threatening has positive face, which is disapproval, criticism, ridicule, complaints, reprimands, accusations, insult, and next is contradiction and disagreement, and the next is violent expression of emotion, taboo topic, bad news, non-cooperation, use of inappropriate address form or conversational style. Acts threatening has negative ways, which is orders, requests, suggestion, advice, reminders, warning, threats, and next is offers, promise, and the next is compliments, and the next is expression of strong emotion, which is anger, hate, and loss. For the acts threatening as positive phase is apologize, accepting compliments, loss of bodily control, which is bodily leakage, loss of emotional control, which is emotional leakage, acting stupid, and confession and admission of guilt. For the act threatening as negative phase is expressing or accepting thanks, next, accepting and apologize, next, making excuse, next, accepting others, and making unwilling promise or offers. Right, for the politeness strategies, there is two things, which is don't do the FDA and do the FDA, which is off record is indirectly and on record is directly, which is without politeness, boldly, with politeness, and also positive politeness and negative politeness. For the politeness strategies, which is positive politeness, involvement, and approach base, showing as wants what hash wants, treating hash as member of group friends, someone you know and like. For the negative politeness is independence and avoidance base of formality, restraint, and distancing. For the positive politeness strategies, firstly is notice and attend to his wants and needs. Next, exaggerate interest, approval, sympathy, and next is use in group identity markers and also seek agreement or avoid disagreement and next assert common ground or joke and also can be optimistic and next is give offers, promise, reasons, sympathy, understanding, and cooperation. For the negative politeness strategies is firstly is be indirect and next is hate, be pessimistic, minimize imposition, and the next is give deference, and the next is apologize, and also depersonalize, which means avoid using you and I. Next is for the power. What's the difference between how you do FDAS towards your parents and your younger sister, your teacher and your classmate? And positive politeness, which is content and involvement, and lower person is negative politeness for respect, and higher person is positive politeness. For the distance, what's the difference between the way you do FTAS towards your friends and towards a stranger, which is using positive politeness is involvement or negative politeness independence. So for the weight of imposition is what's the difference between how you do big FTAS and small FTAS, which is positive politeness and negative politeness. For example, for the combined, also values are never absolute and we always use a combination of strategies for a combine. And for the face and culture, which is different cultures have different ways to judge P, D, and W. And next, different cultures have different ways of expressing negative politeness and positive politeness. And lastly is respect of power, status, age, and gender. So that's all from me. Thank you.